The first Sunday of October each year is designated by the United States bishops as Respect Life Sunday. And the theme for this year is Every Life, Cherished, Chosen, and Sent. The theme for this year is what was picked out by the bishops to remind us that we need to cherish life and we need to choose life, and we are sent to preserve life. This observance is meant to remind us and renew us in the importance of the culture of life. Human life is both a gift from God and a creation of God. The creation stories in the book of Genesis tell us, as we've heard, of God creating Adam and Eve. God named them both, thus showing his relationship as creator to us, his creations. He permits Adam to name the rest of creation, indicating that while God is creator, he has given Adam and Eve responsibility of being stewards of creation. The most precious life on earth is human life, for we are created in the image and the likeness of God. Nothing else created by God can be described in this way. Thus, we had God-given responsibility to cherish, respect, and protect human life from conception to natural death. The most important aspect of our call is to protect life in the womb. By saying this, I do not mean that other life issues are not important. All life issues are important and should be the concern of every one of us. In Pope Francis's encyclical Laudato Si on care of our common home, our Holy Father reflects on our call to be good stewards. He puts in the context of Genesis and points out that mistreatment of others or poor stewardship of the environment comes from and leads to lack of respect for human life in the womb. This culture of death, as St. John Paul II called it during his pontificate, in many ways is the root of all the other acts of disrespect and violence towards life. The culture of death begins with disrespect for the life in the womb. For if the innocent and the vulnerable human life in a mother's womb can be discarded, what reason do people have to show for the rest of human life? To grow in respect for all human life, one needs to have a good relationship with the Lord. This involves an experience and understanding of God as our Creator, who made us in his own image and likeness out of love. Because love cannot be mandated or forced, but can only be given and received freely, God has given us the free will to accept his love or not, to love him or to not love him. A good relationship with the Lord is one in which we accept the gift of God's love and love Him in return. This relationship with God opens our hearts. It opens them to love and respect all that belongs to God, and that is all of creation. It opens our eyes to see the child in the mother's womb as being part of the miracle of God's creation, and to look at others as being made in the image and likeness of God out of God's unconditional love. Other than our relationship with God, where do we experience unconditional love? We do so in marriage. When a couple exchange vows, the various forms all say the same thing: that they promise to love each other in good times and bad, in richness and in poorness, in sickness and in health, all the days of their lives. They promise to love each other without conditions. Marriage is the best human example that we have of the love of God that God has for us. It mirrors the unconditional love of God and brings it down to earth for us. Hopefully, this will lead us to see every life as cherished, chosen, and sent.